What's going on, guys? My name is Glenn Twist, and welcome back to my channel. These are stories I wrote back when I was in high school, and by no means am I proud of any of them, but I thought I might as well get them out there in the world, because why not? you know? So I'm going to start this journey off with a poem that I wrote in high school, and I was very mediocre at best at writing stories. But I was terrible at writing poems, so please be merciful to me, okay? This was the one and only poem I wrote, and it was published in a book called Gifted Poetry Collection of 2024. I don't know what this is, and I never did know what it was. And after I graduated from high school, my creative writing teacher at the time emailed me telling me that I won the contest. I don't know why. This is unoriginal. I'm sure there's been a million quintillion writings of this exact poem, but I thought I would tell it on my channel. Now I noticed looking back in hindsight that I wrote a lot of horror content, far too much horror. I guess it was just like natural for me to write something scary, and I don't know why. But there is one that's very long that did get submitted for a contest. Of course, this is the only contest I won, was this poetry contest. So maybe I should write more poetry. Unfortunately, I didn't write much after high school, but I definitely need to get back into it. I've written some after high school, but you know, it's hard to get back into when you're not told to do it. You know what I mean? In high school, they told me you need to write this amount of words by this amount of time, or by this time frame, in this time frame, so that we can all edit it together as a class editing, peer editing type of thing. So I wanted to have something for that, and obviously I wanted a good grade. You're in school, right? You need good grades to pass. So I did it. But now that I'm out of high school, I know that I definitely did enjoy writing, but it's not like something I'm, craving all the time anymore, unfortunately. But I do have a lot of stories to tell from my high school days, and I want to start a little series now of some of the stories that I wrote back then. I still have the Gmail on, or the Google document profile that I used back in high school, so I'm gonna do that. Just tell some of those stories. It'll be easy, and it'll get me into the storytelling journey that I do want to have. I want to strengthen my voice so that I can have a good storytelling voice, which right now I do not think I do, but I don't know, maybe I will in the future. Alright, so let's start the story. Now, there is no title for this because I don't want to give it away, but the title is unoriginal, just like the story is. So, let's do it. Thanks for being here. Bright yellow stars guard the dark. A crescent moon stands among them. Brave light blues cut whimsically through the night sky. Further down, far from me, the city sits wrapped by trees. The city sits alive and well. Wish I could be there, yet I frown. Behind the town, mountains tumble down, ever adjusting to form a crown. The sky is comfortable when I am not. They let me paint, which is enough. I sit here making art. It keeps me happy and sane. When I paint, I'm often able to leave the world behind. When I paint, I often forget I sit here, wrapped in withered stone. In my prison of rock, I sit and wonder what the world is like, far from my blissful hunger. In these walls, I feel captive to my dreams of stars, nature, and themes. Sometimes I ask myself if I'm mad, if I'm sane. Perhaps time will tell. And that is obviously a poem twisting the history of, or what might have been in the mind of Vincent van Gogh as he's painting the Starry Night. Obviously, that might not be at all. It might not be at all historically accurate, but as far as I'm aware, Vincent van Gogh was in a mental institute when he made his paintings, which has always been interesting to me. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed it, please press like and subscribe. That would be great. This is the first episode of a long series I hope to tell, or to story write, to storytell some of the stories that I wrote when I was in high school. So if you guys enjoyed it, like I said, do that, and then I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.